right? So SaaS, like I talked about when I said SaaS, software as a service, is a cloud-based model in which the cloud provider develops and maintains cloud application software. The software is made available to all users via internet on pay-as-you-go basis. So now this is what I was just explaining earlier on. I even forgot that I wrote it on my slide. So basically, this is exactly what I was explaining. Microsoft has already provided everything that would make your business exceptional and makes your business easy. You don't have to worry about external costs. The only thing you just have to do is to have trained engineers working with you. And one of the reasons we organize this training is because we want you to actually be that trained engineer for those organizations that need these services. With you having knowledge about Microsoft 365 and Azure packages or any of the package in Microsoft 365, you can actually stand out in your organization. You can actually update your current position in your company. And some persons have asked me, is it a must to actually know Microsoft 365 as a whole package, or can we have specializations where I can just focus on Microsoft Teams or Excel or Outlook or Word or PowerPoint or SharePoint? Yes, you can actually have area of specialization, but what Dynamics Consult or Techie is actually training you to do is not just you to have a knowledge of one thing; it's you to be um, um, well equipped with everything. We don't want to train an half-baked engineer. And we don't want to train an half-baked personnel. We want you to represent yourself better. We want you to have a thing whereby wherever you go, whatever thing you do, you definitely stand out. And by standing out, it means nothing can actually hold you, nothing can actually stop you, and nothing can actually limit your productivity. So that has to do with the knowledge we're given. So I think I already explained this. So by pay as you go, it means when you pay for your subscription, your package is being activated for you. So let's move to the next slide. You can take a screenshot and put it on the on the chart so it can be faster. I can see the next slide now. Okay, since I'm on my laptop, I think I already have it here. So let me just move in and say, okay, Microsoft 365 offerings, Office apps. Okay, so here we have the Microsoft 365 offerings for Office apps. We have the Microsoft Word, we have the Excel, we have the PowerPoint. So we have a lot of packages for the Microsoft 365 Office, and the Word is used for processing, creating, editing of documents. The Excel is a spreadsheet file to manage data, data visualization, whereby you can actually have different visualization of your data. For those who are into SQL or database management, I recommend you get to know more about Excel and you get to know about your PowerPoint, and also just play around Excel for a long time, and you get to understand what to do about that. So we have the PowerPoint, which is exactly what I'm using right now, which is for presentation. So if I want to present, I can just go straight and make this a slideshow and click on it and it starts presenting, or I can just be watching it the way I want to do it right now. So it's exactly what it is. You can actually present this in Teams. You can move with the different informations that an upgrade that Microsoft 365 has done. You can see different options. You can present this in Teams. You can share this. You can share the document with anyone, and you guys can actually do a collaboration at the same time. Everybody can actually be working on the document, and it happens on your OneDrive. It happens on SharePoint. It happens on Microsoft Word. It happens on different documents. So that is that for that. So we have Exchange Online. Exchange Online is a Microsoft cloud-based email services. Like I explained before, I talked to you about. I said Exchange belongs to Microsoft. It's a thing of Microsoft. So you can actually use different Microsoft email services for Outlook, but Exchange is a Microsoft cloud-based email service. So what does Exchange Online, what is it used for? It's used in managing contacts, calendars, emails. Exchange Online is integrated with other Microsoft services like Outlook. So now you can see the difference here. It's been stated here from my work. It tells you that Exchange Online is integrated with other Microsoft services like Outlook, like Teams, and SharePoint. So, but when you ask what does it do in Teams, it's the email functionalities that links your Teams account. What does it do in SharePoint? Without that email or exchange functions, there's probably no SharePoint for you because it's something that has to do with the service the Exchange provides. So now SharePoint Online is a Microsoft 365 tool to create, manage files and content. It is a collaboration and document management tool. So now, I would have loved to show you more things about this, but since it's an intro class, it's not something I would love to delve deep into. I'm more of an Exchange expert and a Microsoft Teams expert with security. So that's actually my line when it comes to Microsoft 365. But I do know about SharePoint. I do know about some other stuff. So that's one of the things we try to put you through as well. You can actually be a specialist on one of the technologies, but that does not give you the right not to know all technologies. Have a little knowledge about them so that you can stand out and be relevant in every situation. So for SharePoint, I talked about file sharing, where I talked about the send as permission, where I talked about the manage, the edit, the different access or permission levels you have with SharePoint. So for your documents, you can actually collaborate, and you have the site management. Like I talk about SharePoint site. From your SharePoint site, you can get to organize your tools. You can set it up exactly the same way you set your extranet. So it's the same. That's what you can actually do with your intranet, which is SharePoint. It can make it that for your site management and your content management and business processes. So the next one is the OneDrive for Business. The OneDrive for Business is a cloud storage and file sharing service offered as part of Microsoft 365. So now we all know about storage mechanisms and storage devices. We have the Cloudflare. We have a whole lot of storage devices that some of us are already used to. You have the Google Drive. So these are part of storage plan. OneDrive is also a part of storage plan for Microsoft 365. It helps in your collaboration. It helps in your file storage, file sharing, your backup and recovery, your access. And you can access it from any device. It is not restricted to just your phone or your laptop. You can do it from your Palm Top. You can do it from your tab, whatever device you have. Just have the credentials to log into it, which is your email and your password. Once you have that, you can actually access it from in the world, anywhere in the world. So now we have the Microsoft Teams, which is one of my favorites. Like I talked about, Microsoft Teams is a powerful collaboration platform within Microsoft 365 that brings people, content, and tools to enhance teamwork and productivity. We are using the Microsoft Teams currently, and you can tell, aside the network, that one is from my end and it's from the stuff that's going on. So you can tell that Microsoft Teams actually works, and the clarity on the voice, the chat, the messaging, the picture quality, the file sharing, the collaboration, everything we've been doing is Microsoft Teams. And this is just a little part of Microsoft Teams. This is not even the main thing that has to do with Microsoft Teams. But the major part I love on Microsoft Teams, it has to do with the calling plan and the professionalism it brings to your organization when you are using Microsoft Teams. You know, some of us that are familiar with MTN, when you have MTN and you call their customer care, it reroutes you and tell you wait for 2 minutes. Everything can be done customized on your Microsoft Teams. You can actually do that with your Microsoft Teams. All you just have to do is to get the right license, get the resource account set up, get your calling plans, and you are good to go. Yeah, does it have location that is being restricted to? Does it have this, and that? Yes, it does. You just have to find out by reaching out to us, and we'll give you those information. I know Dan Ray is going to delve into this. Possibly, I know he might go into this tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm not certain, but I'm just trying to tell you that it's something I know he talks about a lot. So now the security, compliance, and privacy. Microsoft 365 provides robust security and compliance features to help organizations manage risk, protect data, and meet regular regulatory requirements. Like I talked about, it's not a thing that is being designed only for a particular location. It's a thing that is being set to the best standard, meaning it meets all criteria of security. It means all criteria on compliance, and you can actually set up both the security and the trust level, and the different security spam level to suit your organization specification. It is something you can configure to suit whatever you want in your organization. So Microsoft has made it so easy that when it comes to your data protection, your encryption, your compliance, your security, and your privacy, you can do that from your end. You can set up a retention policy to say when a file is being deleted, it should not get out of that organization until this person is notified. You can say this person can no deletion can take place from every staff. If anything is going to be deleted, it will trigger an alert to the security department, or you can say no one can actually install anything on a device from your Intune, so you can actually manage your device. You can do a whole lot of stuff. From most of us that have been in organizations, the banks, or some of us that have worked with the banks, some of us that have worked with IT organizations, there are some laptops you get as the company laptops, which is domain joined, and you cannot just do anything or perform anything on that laptop. If you try to download some things from the internet, it tells you that places you are restricted, you don't have the right, you don't have this, stuff like that. Microsoft has given you that kind of functionalities for you to customize to suit your organization and help your organization become the best of what you are setting it up to be. So we have data protection and encryption. So this basically is what I'm trying to talk about: setting up your protections, every other things that have to do with your security setup. And we have licensing and support. Yes. So for this licensing and support, this is where I get a lot of persons that ask a lot of questions, and they tell you that I try to purchase this license, it doesn't work in this environment. I try to do this, it doesn't work in this. Yeah, I would want you to actually take your time to go through this information and try to see um, which works for which organization and what kind of organization is attainable to get this kind of licenses. And I did write a little here, and I said Microsoft 365 offers a variety of pricing models and licensing options to cater for different business needs. The Microsoft 365 business, which is the business standard, business basic, and business premium, is for everyone and anyone that wants to get it. The Microsoft 365 for education, these are for strictly schools and students and faculty, which is the A1 and A3 licenses. We have the Microsoft 365 for non-profit organizations. I do have one for my non-profit organization, and I use the Microsoft 365 for that. And we have the Microsoft 365 for home, and we have the Microsoft 365 for enterprise, where you get to have the E5 and the E3 licenses. So it depends on your organization needs, and if your organization actually falls into the different categories, that is when you'll be approved for those licenses. We also have the Microsoft 365 E5 license that costs $57 per user. We have the E3 license that costs $36 per user, while the F3 license, which is cost $8 per user monthly. So it depends on the kind of licenses you want to use. The business basic is the $6 per user. The business standard is the $12.50 per user. We have the business premium, which is $22 per user. We have the app for business, which is $8.25 per user. So each of these licenses gives you different functionalities and different functionalities and different how would I call it now? Access, give you different access. So for the app for business, like the app for business, it's a license that only gives you the opportunity to use all the apps, all the Microsoft 365 apps. that you want to download, like downloading the Word and everything. The app for business gives you the opportunity and gives you the capability to download the Microsoft 365 Office, which is the apps that comes with the apps. The business basic is basically for online services of Microsoft 365. The business standard gives you both online and offline services, but its restriction has to do with either we start from the exchange, the storage mechanism for exchange. When it has to do with the OneDrive, it has to do with the space. You have the 50 gigabytes, and which can actually be extended on the business premium to 100, and you can get the one that you can do your online archive. You can turn on your online archive and your extended online archive. So those are different packages with different functionalities.